So there was a question with regard to how to, if you want to make your pattern pieces longer, how do you go about doing that? Now the one she specifically asked about was the clematis. So, and it was the bottom part. What she wanted to do, from my understanding, is she wanted to make this part a little bit deeper. So how do you go about doing that accurately and simply? Well, this is what I do. So I have my piece, and I'm going to show you, I did a clematis swap as well just recently, and I took the top piece and I made it 2 inches larger so that I could fit a picture into it. So that's where I worked with this one. We're going to specifically work with the bottom piece right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off so I have my edge here. Now I have a piece of graph paper, and I'm just going to assume she didn't say exactly how much longer she wanted it. So I'm going to use, this line is going to be one of my edges. I'm going to use my graph paper, and I'm going to make another line, nice and straight here for reference. And I'm going to do this, the second line, I'm going to say I want to make it 1 inch bigger. So I'm making this piece right here is 1 inch apart. Now I'm going to go back to my pattern piece. I'm going to turn it this way so that I can line up my lines. Now this one has a couple of things. We've got a curve here, and we've got for making the darts there. So I don't want to cut through here. I don't want to cut through the center. It's too close to that. You know, in this case, this isn't so deep that I can't take a chunk here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line this up. Sorry, I'm trying to do it so that you don't get the shine here so much. I'm lining up so that I know that it's even, so that I'm exactly at a 90-degree angle here. So I'm just going to draw a line all the way through. So now I'm going to go ahead, and I mean I could have just done this as well with my rotary cutter or scissors or whatever you want to do. Now back to my graph paper. So now I'm going to line this up. I'm going to take you in a little bit closer here to see what I'm doing. So I have my line here and across here. So I'm going to line my pattern piece along both of those sides. Now I guess I can tape it, I can do whatever. I'm going to just use some of this, put a couple of lines on here so that I can stick it down, and again I'm going to carefully line it up on the bottom. So there we go. Now I'm going to take my top piece, do the same thing. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the back of it. And I'm going to line it up with the top line and make sure it's nice and even. So there I go. So now to fill it in, all I really have to do, and it depends, this has got a little bit of a curve to it, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this in a little bit, because I still want to just kind of maintain a nice little curve there. So there you have it. Now all I have to do is cut around, and I've got this 1 inch deeper. I did the exact same thing with the top piece. Now this one, the reason why I'm going to explain this to you is because there were some questions on this one as well. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I've lined it up again at the bottom here. I'm going to cut this. And just for simplicity, I'm going to use the same piece of graph paper here. And again at 1 inch, just to use that. I'm going to end up taping over this one, but so be it. It's just a demo. So I'm going to line everything up on the bottom here for that piece. Again, same thing for the top piece. Now you can really see that my line here is not even. If I go corner to corner, I'll just see if I can move you over here a little bit so you can see a little bit better. It does not line up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler to my top corner and my bottom corner, and I'm going to go straight across. And now you'll see these lines that were originally on the pattern piece don't line up. The reason why I don't want to follow those or try to add an inch at the top up here, like trying to just draw that line and get a nice curve. What happens is because this narrows in the pattern piece, it's not square, it narrows up to the top. If you add this at the top, then you're going to end up changing the distance for putting your zipper in. Whereas if I leave the integrity of the top piece and of the bottom piece and make a new line, this never changes. So my distance up here never ever changes, and my zipper will fit in perfectly. Now when you're adding in only 1 inch, really the amount that it would ever change your zipper is very, very small. But say I do 2 inches, it's going to be that much more. So, and in the case of what I did do it 2 inches. So I made my top piece quite a bit bigger. So, and plus it's no muss, no fuss. You're done. And your pattern piece is the size you want. It has all of the same integrity that it had to begin with. So hopefully that helps you.